Hi, this is Lee Langdon. Today on the podcast, we have our first married couple. We talk about adjusting to being married, adjusting to having a puppy. We talk about hobbies like dance and playing games like Uncharted. And then we also get into some strategies they came up with about how to embrace silence while dealing with technology. It's an interesting conversation. I'm glad you're with us today. I hope you'll enjoy our conversation. All right, let's jump in. Welcome to the Young Adult World podcast. Today on the podcast, we have TJ and Makenna Davidson. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Now, just to be clear, we do have a relationship, the three of us, a very distinct relationship. Mm-hmm. Why don't you guys tell us what that is?
Lee Langdon is my father.
That's right. Makenna is my daughter. TJ is my son-in-law. Guys, welcome. So glad you're here.
Thank you.
So happy to be here.
You are the first couple that I've interviewed, so this is really fun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. This podcast is all about learning the stories of your young adults. So let's hear your stories. And I'm going to start with TJ. Where are you from? Tell us about what it was like when you were a kid.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in a little town in West Virginia called Parkersburg, actually on the outskirts of another Christian college called OVU, or a lot of people know it as OVC. Yeah, we were right on the border between West Virginia and Ohio, right on the Ohio River, which was awesome. I was the first Davidson born not in Florida. New to the mountains, new situation for my family, but I can't remember it not being West Virginian.
Right. So you went to grade school and high school there?
Yeah, all my life. And I went to Grand Central Church of Christ. What
was high school like? Like, what were you involved in? What was young TJ all about?
Honestly, my main activity was youth group. I was a freak for youth group, and I tried to step as much into a leadership role there as I could. Other than that, I did choir. I really enjoyed choir.
You're a tenor?
Tenor nice. 1, section leader for 2 years.
Tenor 1's like the one way up there, right?
Yeah. Pretty much a soprano.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What was like the big youth group activity when you were in youth group?
We did a thing called table volleyball, where we would stack 2 of those plastic tables on top of each other. Or it was chair volleyball, but we'd stack 2 of those big white tables on top of each other, and you had to keep your butt in the chair the whole time, and you would play volleyball, and you couldn't move.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, it's great.
So youth group was a big deal for you?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was kind of my main thing. Yeah, for sure.
Your sister, you have an older sister, and it's just the 2 of you?
Yeah.
You and your older sister. Was your sister involved in youth group with you?
She was a little past my time. She was there when I kind of started, but she was much more prioritized on golf and working towards a scholarship for that.
That's right. Golf was a big part of your family life, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
How was golf part of your family life?
So my dad he was a golf pro. So he taught golf and ran tournaments and stuff. He wasn't Tiger Woods and never played with Tiger Woods. That's a golf professional, but...
Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
I've heard of Tiger, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
big name.
Good. He's pretty good.
Coming up.
Yeah. His son Charlie's pretty good.
He is.
Yeah, it's cool to watch videos of him.
Yeah, those father-son tournaments are always really fun to watch.
Yeah. We've played golf before.
Yeah.
And you're really good at it.
I'm rusty.
Dude, you can hit a ball pretty far.
That's about all I'm good at right now.
I mean, the close of winter. I mean, it's spring. It's time to play again. We got to get...
Yeah, I would love to. I'm itching.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
Itching. I retired after high school because I was sick of it, but now I'm back.
After high school. So you went where to college after high school?
I went straight to Harding University. I studied biomedical engineering for 4 years.
Nice. Graduated what year?
2024.
Okay, so last year. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pause there. Makenna, let's hear about you. So Makenna,
what about me?
Yeah, I know. I know all about your childhood, but let's hear about your childhood. How would you describe as a kid growing up? What tell us about what it was like when you were a kid?
Yeah, so I was born in Naperville, Illinois. What I remember when I was really little would probably be Woodward, Oklahoma. Lived there until I was in second grade, entering the second grade, and then we moved to Norman. Norman is where I would say I grew up. I was involved in a lot of different things over the years. Dance was always a big part of my life, so that's probably the thing that sticks out most. I started dance when I was 3 in Woodward. I started competing at Massey's in Norman. I was going to compete in Woodward, but then we moved, so.
I remember watching you on stage when you're such a little girl, and oh my goodness, all the little girls out there dancing, doing their thing, trying to remember, and then they'd get caught looking at something. So funny. So dance was a huge part of your...
Yeah, huge part.
But youth group was pretty big for you too.
Yeah. Well, obviously you were my youth minister. So I kind of felt like I was in the youth group for a long time. I was in the youth group when I really shouldn't have been. So there's a lot of those people that I looked up to in the youth group that were, my older brother's age, and that feels more like youth group than maybe my later years because of COVID and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, youth group was a huge part as well. And
you went to, because we were in Oklahoma, what schools did you go to?
Yeah, I went to Cleveland Elementary, and then I went to Whittier Middle School, and then Norman North.
What else did you do in high school?
Eat cereal.
Eat cereal. So in high school, I was pretty involved in my student government. That was a big deal for me. And that's where I fell in love with media and videography, which is now a big part of my life.
Yeah, media was big.
Yes.
I remember that in high school for you. So you graduated from high school, and then you decided to do what?
Yeah, so I went into my freshman year of Harding. I went in with a pre-dental degree,
right?
With a minor in film. That didn't last too long. And I did 2 semesters there, and then I went abroad for a semester over the summer, and then I went into my sophomore year as an elementary ed major. That also didn't last long.
So what happened? TJ, I want you to chime in here. When did you guys meet originally?
We met at church camp, actually.
At church camp?
I'm good friends with McKenna's cousin and her friends, so they invited me. But then I saw this really cute girl.
So that all happened at camp?
Yeah.
Because I remember you, obviously, at camp. The thing that we remember most about you, do you remember, what is that?
Oh, the bubblegum song.
The bubblegum song, yeah, the bubblegum song. And I won't ask you to sing it, but it was like one of those, he gets up on stage and he teaches the whole camp this bubblegum song, and we all started singing it, and it was kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
He was like the guy. But anyway, so you're saying that week you started thinking about McKenna in a different way.
Yeah, she caught my eye for sure. Told me my Achilles were tight. That's kind of how it started.
That's so funny, because at that time I wasn't even thinking about that happening. Were you thinking about that, Ken? Did he catch your eye?
No, I was dating somebody else.
Oh, right. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so TJ, to me, I thought he was going to just be one of my cousin's friends that would help me out at school. But obviously I broke up with that boy. And then
you wound up at Harding.
Yes.
How'd the connection happen?
So we had, he came and visited us actually with my cousin right before the semester started. So that's when I felt like I really met TJ, because I didn't really spend a ton of time with him at camp. But that's when we really met. And then when we got to Harding, he was a familiar face to me, which was really nice, because obviously it's a new school. So that was good.
It just kind of took off from there. I remember you guys talking about sitting on the front lawn at Harding, watching shows, watching Bluey together.
Bluey, yeah.
Yeah.
She had film class, so we would always watch her assignments together. Yeah. Godfather and Jaws. And
so fast forwarding, you guys, you get engaged, you decide to get married, and then talk us through that period?
Yeah, that was definitely a busy time in life. I was thinking about what the important benchmarks in life are, and I hit 3 in like 2 months. So that was overwhelmingly positive. I graduated, which I was super pumped about because engineering school kicked my butt.
Mm-hmm.
Then got married, obviously, which is the most important day of my life. And then I got my first like real job like the next month. So
Yeah.
it was all just one after another.
Was that an anxious time for you? Do you remember? Like, what was it like as you're processing that? Do you remember?
I think it was almost like the opposite. The real anxious time was when we were engaged and I hadn't gotten hired yet. I was like, man, what is going to happen?
Yeah. There's a lot of people, I think, that wrestle with that very thing. Because jumping out of college into adulthood and you start looking for your first job and you're like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
And then you don't find that job right away and you start to freak out a little bit. I mean, that's scary.
Yeah.
What got you through that? Like, what helped you calm down? What was it that was able to, I don't know, give you some peace in the midst of all of that?
Well, I was still at Harding, so I was surrounded by her, obviously, and friends at all times.
So, Ken, you were feeling, what was going on with you?
Well, my experience was a little bit different because I decided to leave Harding that fall semester at the very end, like the week before break. I was like, this isn't for me. I need to go home. That was a very interesting semester. Going back home, living with you and Mom was definitely an adjustment. Meanwhile, TJ's having the time of his life, having his senior year stuff. Even though I knew I made the right decision, it was still hard to be home and away from everybody. And at that time, I was trying to find a job, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life because everything I had planned was not the plan anymore. So that time was stressful, but also good. It was definitely a time of growth. And I think by the end of that summer, I became a different person than I was at the beginning. But definitely, wedding planning and all that stuff, looking forward to the next thing and just keeping my head up kept me through that time. So
yeah, it was a period while you were waiting for him to graduate. You were at our house. I mean, wedding planning's a whole deal.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
I mean, you had some things to look forward to. It was pretty exciting in that regard. But you were longing for him to be there and waiting for the wedding. And man, those are tough times. This happens to a lot of people. They want to get married, and then they've got to wait, and they got to figure all that stuff out. And that's what you guys are doing. So you finally landed a job.
At a company called Arch Medical Solutions. I got hired on as an apprentice to be a field service engineer on x-ray machines and medical modalities like that.
You go into hospitals and fix their machines.
Yeah, I'm getting trained too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet, but.
So, okay, so you guys got married. What day did you get married?
May 19th.
May 19th. Nice. So coming up on your first anniversary.
yeah,
Not too far away.
Not too far.
How about that?
it's crazy.
Yeah, you guys got married right here in Edmond. Yeah, you moved into your first apartment. That's fun. But this last weekend, you just moved into another apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a washer dryer. We're living it up.
Nice. Something special happened, and you were anxious to get into this new apartment. What happened?
We got a puppy.
Tell us about this puppy.
Okay, so Keegan, my brother, and his wife, Hayla, one day called us and were like, do you want to come see these puppies with us? And we were like, yeah, duh. And we went, and I was like, TJ, we have to get one. If they get one, we're getting one. It ended up being somebody we knew from Harding, which was a complete coincidence, that had the puppies. But Keegan and Hayla got their puppy Peaches, and we got our puppy Bear, and we love him very much.
TJ, you love working with him, don't you?
I grew up watching, I think his name was like Caesar Milan or something. I grew up watching
The dog
trainer. Yeah. And we never got a dog from baby. So we would always get them pretty old. So it was always pretty hard to teach them tricks. But Bear, he loves tricks, and he's so smart, and he's just such a sponge. And so it's been super fun.
What's the coolest trick you've taught him so far, would you say?
I think the fact that he turns around so easily right now is awesome. but rollover is pretty fun.
Play dead.
Yeah, play dead.
You got him to play dead.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, we're still workshopping it. He's not a great actor yet.
He still keeps his eyes open.
Yeah, wide open, staring at the tree.
How's that adjusting? Like, is he sleeping with you? And how does that impact your day to day?
It's only been less than a week,
Mm-hmm.
so we're still adjusting, but he sleeps in a crate, and he's pretty good at sleeping through the night at this point.
Yeah.
So it's honestly just so fun, and it's just like having a third little person in the house, which is so fun. He's just so curious about everything and wants to be where we are, and he's just a sweetheart.
It's also been a blessing that Keegan and Nahela have one from the same litter, so they stay very connected. We always have them meeting up, and
Yeah, they have so much fun together.
So you've adjusted to a puppy. I want to ask you about marriage. What would you say? How have you had to adjust to each other? Anything stand out to your mind as far as, man, just getting used to each other in marriage?
McKenna is a very routine person, which is awesome because I'm very much not. I can change my routine up every night and be completely happy. So it's been interesting and fun to kind of learn and adapt to mix her way of life with my way of life as far as that goes.
For me, I would say I've had to think out loud a lot more. I'm very internal with my thoughts, and I could go hours with like not really talking to anybody because I just have so much going on up in my head. With TJ, I've had to adjust to just like thinking out loud because he doesn't know what's going on in my head, and I can have a whole plan worked up and then I just assume TJ knows it, but obviously he doesn't because I didn't say it. So I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
I also have no internal monologue, so when I'm not talking, I'm completely blank-minded. Like I could just stare off and think of nothing for hours, which is really boring. So I try to yap as much as I can.
He's always got something on, like music or YouTube or something.
Okay, let's talk about video games. You guys just got a what is it?
A PS5.
A PS5. What are you doing with this thing now?
We use it to like run a lot of our streaming services. Her brothers grew up playing a series called Uncharted, which is essentially just like an excuse to watch a movie, but keep your hands on a controller and like be interactive, which is perfect for my brain.
Yeah, so I grew up watching the boys play video games, and I'm very used to just sitting and watching because who lets little sister play anything, even when I ask, but whatever. So I basically can just sit and watch TJ play, and it's obviously on story mode, so I get to just watch a movie, and TJ gets to do something and gets to move around, which is perfect for him and perfect for me.
That's funny. There was a time where I was playing Uncharted for a little while. I don't remember you asking me if you could play Ken, but I would have let you.
You know, I was probably at dance anyways.
Probably. Excellent point.
Yeah.
What else do you guys do for fun?
We both read quite a bit.
Yeah, well, you a lot more than me.
We both like put our phones away before bed and read a couple chapters at least. That's been really good in our routine.
Don't want the blue light messing up our circadian rhythm.
Right. I definitely have been sleeping better without the technology before bed.
I think being intentional about embracing silence in the form of reading or just having a TV off, even if it's just for an hour at night, has been really good to kind of reseat my brain in a place that things can fall upon it naturally. I think God speaks a lot clearer when there's less distraction there too.
For me, I definitely found myself like addicted to my phone and like was always reaching for, Instagram or whatever. But honestly, I just wanted to be like TJ when he picked up a book, and I got my own book to read, and I just rediscovered like this love I had for reading, which I had when I was in like middle school, like early high school, but then I just got so busy I stopped reading. So now I'm way back into it and I love it, and it's just been really, really good.
I think it's fantastic. I've noticed that there are a lot of people your age that are turning things off.
Our generation is in a very unique spot where we like see the generation above us always on their phones or going to watch a movie or a TV show, but also the generation below us. I just think about all the iPad kids out there. it's very easy for us, I feel like, where we're at right now to see it. And that's something that the other generations, I feel like, don't have as much.
It's going to be interesting as technology continues to progress. New things come in.
Yeah.
Maybe even if you guys are allowed and blessed to have kids, then at some point maybe you'll be facing new things and you have to.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Technology's crazy.
Yeah, we have no idea what it's going to be like
Yeah.
by the time we have kids.
You'll be teaching your kids how to fix an MRI machine. Surely.
Yeah, I'll download it to their brain chip.
I think the other thing to be said, though, is that technology is such a big part of our lives. Even, even if we are reading more and we are doing other things more, we still bond over playing Uncharted together and doing that kind of thing. I think there's benefit there, but it's a balance that we're constantly trying to find.
That's good. Well, good for you guys being healthy and all that, and physically healthy. Makenna, you're walking and running and stuff again.
Yeah. Shout out Olivia.
Shout out Olivia. Speaking of Olivia, tell us about your small group. You guys jumped into a great small group.
Yeah, we got really lucky to find a big group of people who were thinking the same way we are as far as being in the same stage of life and wanting to connect with other people in that stage of life. So that's been a big blessing.
One of the things when we both left Harding and moved to Edmond, it was a new space for us and we didn't really have any community, and something we realized that we didn't have very quickly was friends. And then you asked us to start this small group, and I remember at that meeting of like, are we going to make this small group? What do we want it to be about? Like, why are we here? We were all just like, we want friends. And that's definitely been like the biggest blessing from Memorial Road for us, I think, is that small group. Like, they all just helped us move. Like, every single one of them just came up and helped us move in like 3 hours. It was awesome. But it's just the little things like hanging out with people one-on-one and going above and beyond to just like be intentional about those friendships has been awesome.
Having a small group of people that you connect with, that you're doing life with, that you're alongside, growing closer to the Lord, it's so important. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you guys found that. You have other people coming in, right? You have visitors, and
Yeah, it's been great.
it's growing. So that's really exciting. I'm glad you guys are there. Yeah. I hope everybody listening will consider a small group. Small groups are really important.
Yeah.
Yes, very.
Yeah. And I think there are a lot of people that kind of struggle plugging in. Where's my place? I come to class on Sunday, but I feel like I'm not breaking in. It's the small group, man.
Yeah.
Go visit a small group. So we're almost out of time, but a couple of things I want to ask about. You are starting to work with leather. Tell us about your leather. I want to hear about it.
Well, I got into engineering because my desire, almost my main drive, is just to create. And that was the best path for me to pursue that.
So you go to the store, you buy a sheet of leather.
Fourth of a cow.
A fourth of a cow.
Yeah.
You cut it up into making certain things. What have you made so far? What's been your favorite stuff?
So I've made like little key rings. I've made wallets, just little knick-knack stuff. Something that I think is cool is I bought a big piece of leather, and with it, I made the wallets that Makenna, and her brother all carry. And it's really interesting to me that we all have wallets from the same animal.
That's cool.
I don't know why. Just sometimes I think about that and I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
I think it's awesome. I love that you found that. I love that you do it. I just think it's fantastic. Ken, let's hear about your videos. Just real quick, you make videos really, really well.
Oh, thank you. Like I said earlier, I got into video in high school. So I mainly up till this point, I have done like videos of dance teams and my old dance studio and dance teams, like hype video things. But I've recently gotten into the wedding industry, so I've been second shooting with the videographer that actually taught me all I know. We went to high school together, and she's off doing awesome things. But I've been second shooting with her, and then I have my first solo weddings this summer. So
how many do you have lined up?
I think just 2 at this point, but yeah.
Yeah. You've made videos for me, and I'm always impressed with your ability to edit. I'm just saying, if I can brag on my daughter for a second, you go into the editing room and she just makes it look so easy, and she has this vision for things. It's really impressive, Ken.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome to work on, like, at one point I wanted to work on movies. That's why, like, I wanted to be a film major, but maybe one day. I kind of like what I'm doing now. So.
Yeah. Well, maybe there'll be a season where that is the case.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Hey, if you're listening, I'm so glad that you have, and I hope you'll get to know TJ and Makenna Davidson. They're really, really special, of course, very special to me, but they are around. They're in the launch class, so you'll catch them at the launch class if you come. Well, guys, thanks so much for being on the Young Adult World podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. I hope this conversation was meaningful to you. Come find us on Instagram. Our profile is Young Adult World Podcast. Tell us what you connected with during our podcast today. This podcast is part of the Young Adult Ministry at the Memorial Road Church of Christ in Edmond, Oklahoma. Come join us sometime. There's plenty of room for everyone. If you want to reach out to us, don't hesitate to email us at youngadultworldpodcast@gmail.com. And we are so grateful for Jacob Staten. Jacob is a young adult who edits this podcast for us and keeps this thing going. So thanks, Jacob. Okay, guys, see you next time for another Young Adult World conversation.